these twilight halls where ancient knowledge dwells, unbound and free, I trade in secrets rarer than the stars beneath the midnight sea. What whispered truths do you pursue? You cross the misted veil tonight. What treasures would you sacrifice to gain such perilous insight? For in the space between two worlds where shadows dance with fading light, no wisdom comes without its cost, no answers without equal plight. The scales of knowledge must be balanced with the payment fairly due. So name your question, twilight daughter, and I'll name what I'll take from you. Truth demands its tithe in equal measure to the secret sought, a memory cherished, a promise broken, or a song that time forgot. In ancient bargains forged between the seekers and the keepers, oh, the deeper truths of mist and magic carry prices yet untold. What precious fragment of your spirit can you bear to cast away? What treasured piece of heart or history would you willingly betray? For knowledge granted, payment taken, this has been the eternal law, since first the veil was drawn between what mortals glimpsed and what they saw. You speak of oaths that bind the mists and hold two worlds in separation, a dangerous path of inquiry that risks your very foundation. Your mother crossed the boundaries drawn by ancient powers long since fled, but half the story lies in shadow and half in blood that's yet unshed. The patterns woven through the void were meant as healing, not as chain, a temporary barrier against the chaos and the pain. But guardians faltered in their duties, centuries drifted past, and what was forged a shield of mercy became a prison meant to last. Listen to the whispers echoing across the fading borderlands, where neither world fully exists and time slips through like grains of sand. The raven's vision holds a kernel of forgotten wisdom true, while ancient guardians cling to oaths that never were meant for you. Between destruction and renewal lies a path as yet unwalked, a transformation of the boundaries that keep two worlds still locked, neither severed nor continued as the patterns were designed, but reshaped through the blood and music of one who bears both worlds combined. Your payment I shall name precisely, the lullaby your mother sang when shadows crept across your cradle and distant twilight bells once rang. A silver tear shed for the father who raised you thinking you were whole, a strand of hair from childhood trinket that anchored your divided soul. With these as tithe, I grant you knowledge that few have ever dared to seek. The oath's renewal requires sacrifice. Beyond mere words you speak, the blood of ancient lineage mingled with mortal breath and bone must flow across the sacred threshold where neither world exists alone. Truth demands its tithe in equal measure to the secret sought, a memory cherished, a promise broken, or a song that time forgot. In ancient bargains forged between the seekers and the keepers, all the deeper truths of mist and magic carry prices yet untold. What precious fragment of your spirit can you bear to cast away? What treasured piece of heart or history would you willingly betray? For knowledge granted, payment taken, this has been the eternal law, since first the veil was drawn between what mortals glimpsed and what they saw. Between the worlds a pathway beckons beyond the ancient binding spell, not shattered by the raven's malice, nor reinforced by guardian's will. The veil transformed from wall to window, from barrier to open door, where both the worlds might touch in twilight as once they did in days of